Dear student, we are going to learn in computer network routing algorithms in network layer. So in our previous lecture, as we are discussed routing algorithms and its type. So now we are discuss further the types of routing algorithms. So the types of routing algorithms are two. These are adaptive routing algorithm and non-adaptive routing algorithm. And here we are going to learn about types of adaptive routing algorithm and the types of non-adaptive routing algorithm. So first we are discussed about type of routing adaptive routing algorithm. So first one is distance vector routing algorithm. So distance vector routing algorithm is compute the shortest path between all nodes pair. So the distance vector routing, the algorithm is based on many practical routing algorithm currently in use. Fine. So in this algorithm, what we are going to, we are just do, or we can say a router computes a routing table that is used to forward packets on the best known path to its destination. And in each and every table, three elements are there. First one is destination address, second one is next hop neighbor, and third one is shortest path to that destination. See, this is a table. Here we having two is what, the next destination address, and the cost is the cost of the path, and next is next hop. Fine. So initially no path is calculated here, and so table has entries only of their neighbors nodes directly. Fine. So entry of neighbor nodes directly here only. See, a is having cost 0, a to b we having a cost 5, a to c we having a cost 2, right, like that. Fine. So the distance of the node which is not directly connected is marked as infinity. See, here we are putting infinity here because A does not connect with E directly. Fine. So these routing table is then shared with their neighboring nodes, and thus their routing tables are updated. So now we are calculating shortest path for A only. Fine. So for A, router A has no information for router E. So router A calculates the path and time for E with the help of B and C routing table. And we can find the time, or we can find the cost for AE by the help of B and C routing table. So there are two path for destination. First one is A to C and C to E, and second one is A to B and B to E. So here if we are taking a path A to C and C to E, it contain total is 6 as a cost, and A to B and B to E is contain total 8 cost. Fine. So 6 is less than 8, so router A chooses a path which takes less time, which is A to C, C to E. Thus a new table has entry for reaching node E with distance 6. So further we are updating the table 6 here. Fine. And by the node is C. So we are moving on C. Fine. So further naming of sending nodes is that C is added in third column of the table, which means A has to go next to router C to reach its destination. So sending nodes is the next node in path. Fine. Like that we are working in distance algorithm. Now second one is the link state routing algorithm. In link state routing algorithm, every router predictably broadcasts its local connectivity. So this information is floated in link state packets. See, every router discovers its neighbors and obtain their neighbors address, है ना? So then it measures the delay or cost to each of these neighbors. After collecting these information from each router, it then constructs a packet called as link state packet, containing all the data in four fields: the ID of advisors, is and the idea of destination network, in the cost and idea of neighbor router. And now we are making a table, and this information is encoded in routing table, and link state routing table comprises of a list of tuples of the form. Fine. So now we are moving on non-adaptive routing algorithm. In non-adaptive routing algorithm, we having three types: shortest path routing, flooding, and flow-based routing. So first we are going to move in flooding. So the route the algorithm use the technique which each incoming packet can be transmitted on each outgoing line excluding from where it appears. The main drawback of this is the packet may travel in the loop, and consequently a node may collect carbon copy packet. To overcome this problem, sequence numbers and spinning tree and hop count are used here. Fine. Now, shortest path routing. In this algorithm, we are using a simplest and most widely principle. And this algorithm use a graph of subnet built in which each node present the router and each represent a link or communication line. Now we are moving on third one and last one, that one is flow based routing. So this is a static algorithm which use topology and load condition for deciding a routes.